Yeah, so in First Samuel chapter 13, we're told of the story of Amnon raping his half sister Tamar. Tamar is a full sister to Absalom. All three of them are children of King David. And David heard the news. He was very angry, but for 2 years he did nothing about it. Absalom kept waiting. David did nothing about it. And that led to a situation where Absalom came up with a plan that led to him murdering his own brother. And I want to draw out a parenting lesson from it. David, as the king and as a father, heard that his children were involved in this kind of act, and he was angry, but he did nothing about it. You know, as our children are growing up, especially teenagers, finding their identity, they'll start having certain kind of behaviors. Sibling rivalry, it's very common. Things can happen. The junior is always undermining the senior, and as a parent, you just pay little attention to it. You need to be careful with that because you might just be building resentment that will play out in the future when you are long gone. In conflict resolution, there's what we call avoidance. You're avoiding having difficult conversation. As parents, now that you're raising teenagers, you should not avoid having difficult conversation. I'm not saying you get involved in everything happening, no. But there are some key ones that have the potential of creating long-term resentment. You need to get in the ring and address it. So looking at our story, what could David have done differently in a situation like this? One of the first thing is to check his motive. What do I want out of this? My children are involved in this. What do I as a king and as a father want out of this? So when you're addressing those difficult conversations, check your motive. Get your motive right. That's one of the first thing. And the second thing is clarify facts. Don't run on assumptions. So David wants to find out, has rape really happened? Has Tamar been raped? Yes, Tamar has been raped. Clarify fact. Did this happen? Did Amnon do it? Yes. Then also identify all the warring parties and listen attentively. So in this case, you have Tamar, you have Amnon, you have Absalom, and you have David. So there are 4 parties involved, 4 parties that you need to listen to. So it's the father's responsibility to gather all 4 of them on the table, all the warring parties, and listen to everybody's story to clarify what is fact away from assumptions and emotional sentiment. And after that, we spell out the consequence. We spell out the consequence, and you listen to Absalom, what would you want to get out of this as an appropriate consolation or restitution, so to speak? Tamar, what would you want to see happen that will pacify you to let this go? Those kind of conversations when they happen. And Amnon, are you aware of what you have done? These are the consequences that you must go through. When you establish all that, it leaves the record on ground. Now, forget whether Amnon agrees to go through the consequence or not. That's irrelevant. But to Absalom and Tamar, my father did something about it. That goes into the foundation, and that has a way of rendering those resentment powerless. And it's very important for us as parents to pay attention to difficult conversations and having them, especially with our teenagers before they grow into adulthood. So this is just me thinking out loud from the Bible story. And once again, my name is Uncle Chris, and I say mentor a teenager each day, and you'll be glad we did. Have a great day, and bye-bye.